An injunction order has been given restricting television networks telecasting 2012 Olympics since the exclusive rights for the telecasting belongs to Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. Minister G.L. Peiris has said that permanent peace, stability and prosperity for Sri Lanka can be achieved through local measures. Students who have already obtained leaving certificates can get admission to another national school for studying in the advanced level. 1,000 million rupees have been allocated for flood control in Colombo. And news overseas. The new socialist government of France has said that they will not support the Eurozone financial agreement.
Now for those and other stories in detail. The Colombo Commercial Court has issued an injunction order preventing any other TV channel from telecasting the 2012 Olympic Festival since the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation has the exclusive rights for telecasting the event. The court issued this injunction order today upon taking into consideration the complaint filed by the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. The General Secretary of the Asia-Pacific Broadcasting Union, Mr. Javed Matagi, and its Sports Director, John Barton, were named as respondents in this case. The case was taken up by Commercial High Court Judge Kamini Amarasekara and application by lawyer Sanath Wijewardena. Nuwan Rupasinghe and President's Counsel Palitha Kumarasinghe appeared for the complainant. Palitha Kumarasinghe pointed out that in accordance with the agreement signed in December 2011 by the chairman of the Rupavahini Corporation, Mr. Mohan Samaranayaka, and the General Secretary of the Asia-Pacific Broadcasting Union, Mr. Javed Matagi, the exclusive telecasting rights of the 2012 Olympics belongs to the Rupavahini Corporation. He pointed out that the Rupavahini Corporation has also paid the relevant amount and the agreement is valid up to the 31st of December 2012. It is clearly stated in the agreement that no other TV channel can telecast the Olympic Festival in Sri Lanka. As the position is such, another TV channel holding the membership of the ABU has informed by letter that they also can telecast the Olympic Festival. The judge, upon taking into consideration the submissions made, pointed out that when the special rights for the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation has been given under the agreement, mediation by another channel is violation of the agreement. He said that it causes damage to the reputation of the Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation and it also creates a loss to the corporation financially. Accordingly, the judge issued an injunction order to the Asia Broadcasting Union and an interim prohibition notice.
The Minister Professor G.L. Peiris has said that Sri Lanka can establish permanent peace, stability and prosperity only through a local solution. He has said that recommendations by international community will not help in this regard. Minister Peiris, who is on a 4-day official visit to the United States, has made these comments in Washington. The minister held discussions in Washington with the senior Senator John McCain and Virginia Senator Jim Webb. At this meeting, the successes achieved by Sri Lanka within the 3 years of defeating terrorism was explained. The minister has said that the recommendation of the Lessons Learned and Reconciliation Commission report is already being implemented. Minister Peiris has said that this program is being implemented in a meaningful manner and the government has focused its special attention on this matter. 98% of the people displaced during the humanitarian operations have not been resettled. A large number of former LTT cadres have been rehabilitated and integrated with the civil society. After meeting the senators, Minister Peiris delivered a lecture for academics at the Woodrow Wilson Hall. The minister is also scheduled to hold discussions with the US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Sri Lankan representatives have responded to the baseless allegations of Channel 4 and to the representatives of pro-Tiger terrorist Tamil diaspora. At a discussion held in the Frontline Club in London, they have pointed out that the Tamil people in Sri Lanka are living honourably. Professor Rajiva Vijayasinghe and Arun Thambimuthu have attended this occasion representing Sri Lanka. The group against Sri Lanka have been represented by Callum McRae of Channel 4, Yolanda Foster of Amnesty International and Jan Jananayagam of Tamil Diaspora. The Sri Lankan representatives have pointed out with details the attempts made by Channel 4 to distort the true war situation in Sri Lanka through the Channel 4 programs. Mr. Arun Thambimuthu has explained the nature of the Tiger terrorist organization and pointed out that it was the Tiger terrorists that murdered his parents. Professor Rajiva Vijayasinghe has explained the manner of dedication made by Sri Lankan security forces to protect the ordinary Tamil population of Sri Lanka. Because of expressing opinion directly and independently, the pro-Tiger terrorist websites operating from London have started a malicious propaganda against Arun Thambimuthu.
Scientists have pointed out that the dengue mosquito is able to adapt to the conditions of the environment and carry out propagation. They noted that the dengue mosquito can breed at any place where water is stagnated. The Ministry of Health said that from today onwards, 25 teams have been deployed to investigate into mosquito prevention activities. Earlier research showed that the dengue mosquito lays its eggs only in clean water. Due to the possibility of the dengue mosquito to adapt to existing conditions, the mosquito population has increased. In the Kaluthara district, the highest number of dengue patients have been identified from the Valalavita area. It has been found that the mosquito lays its eggs in the water remaining on the leaves of the Godapara plant. The mosquito population has increased in the Kagala and Ratnapura districts as well. Use of coconut shells in the rubber industry in these areas have contributed to this increase. In the Ambilipitia area, water remaining in the bottom portion of plant and leaves have contributed to the increase of mosquitoes. In the eastern province, abandoned wells have contributed to the increase. In the western province, the highest number of dengue patients have been reported from the Kolanava area. Minister Maithripala Sirisena inspected the area and enlightened the people about the importance of eradicating mosquitoes.
The Minister Bandula Gunawardena says that the opportunity of changing from one national school to another national school for studying for the advanced level will be given only to the students who have already obtained leaving certificates from the schools for this purpose. Addressing a media conference at the Information Department today, the Minister said that this decision has been taken on humanitarian grounds. A circular relating to admission of students to advanced level was issued in 1999. It was stated that in that circular that a student from one national school to another national school cannot be admitted without a valid reason. In this connection, the Secretary to the Ministry of Education has been empowered to take a decision if there was any injustice. The Minister said that since the principals have ignored this circular, certain problems have been created. Minister of Education Bandula Gunawardena said that steps were taken to admit students of the wealthy and powerful families to popular schools in Colombo from other national schools in the area, thereby depriving the places available for village students to get admission to these schools. It has not been allowed to change students among popular schools, violating the conditions of the circular for a long time. It has not been allowed since 1999. The Cabinet of Ministers has emphasized that conditions of this circular should strictly be carried out. However, since this problem has been created this year and certain students have already left their earlier schools, it has been decided to allow such admissions only for this year based on humanitarian and compassionate grounds. It has also been decided to take disciplinary action against the principals who violated these conditions, since the government is making all efforts to improve the educational levels of the village students.
Acting Minister of Mass Media and Information Lakshman Yapabewardena said that control on websites will be effectively carried out in the future as well. He said that all citizens of this country have the right to know the name, address, the name of the editor and the mode of receiving information. Therefore, he said that the registration of websites is compulsory. The minister made these comments at the Cabinet Decision Media Conference held today. Acting Minister of Mass Media and Information Lakshman Yapabewardena said that politicians can be criticized, leaders can be criticized, but the main problem is character assassination and defamation of people. He said people should have the possibility to find out the address and other details of such critiques so that they can respond. However, due to non-registration, these people have no place to go to. There is no address to file a case against the critiques. Due to this reason, registration becomes necessary. More local news awaits you right after this commercial break. Stay with us.
Welcome back, and we continue with more local news. And we move on to a few decisions made by the Cabinet today. The government has decided to streamline the provision of dual citizenship to persons who have ended their Sri Lankan citizenship. And in this connection, a new scheme titled Overseas Sri Lankans is to be implemented. This was stated at the Cabinet Decision Media Conference held in Colombo today. This measure will help the citizens and their children to visit the country again and stay here. This proposal was submitted by the President in the capacity of the Minister of Defence and Urban Development. The persons registering under this scheme will be able to apply for dual citizenship after 5 years. The Cabinet also has given the approval to revise the citizenship at number 18 of 1948 and the Immigration and Emigration Act number 20 of 1948. Accordingly, for the national welfare, the President can grant citizenship for persons without the requirement of registering under the new scheme. A professor's unit will be established at the Batticaloa Teaching Hospital for the Science Faculty of the Eastern University. On a proposal made by the Higher Education Minister S.B. Dissanayake, the Cabinet has granted 299 million rupees for this purpose. With the establishment of the professor's unit, the final year medical students will be able to receive practical training. 1,000 million rupees have been allocated for the Colombo flood water management project. The proposal was made by President Mahinda Rajapaksa. This project will be implemented by the Land Reclamation and Development Corporation. The project includes Water's Edge area of Bataramulla, development of tanks in the Diyavanna garden, the drain network around the Talawatugoda tank and several other works. The Cabinet approval has been given to relax laws related to sand transport. By restricting the sand transport time to the daytime, traffic congestions were created on many roads. Therefore, the restriction for transporting sand only during the daytime has been relaxed.
The President has obtained Cabinet approval to release former Army Commander Sarath Fonseca. The Director General of President's Media, Bandula Jayasekara, told the Rupavahini that this agreement was obtained at the Cabinet meeting held yesterday. In other news here at home, it is the experience of anyone who has travelled to Jaffna Peninsula that water there is either salty or brackish. Sometimes you may not be aware that the peninsula has a network of wells that contain high-quality pure water. On proceeding to Jaffna on the A9 road, just after passing Elephant Pass, is the Yakachi Junction. Other than the shops and few restaurants, a special feature of this junction is a somewhat large water tank. The water in this tank can be equal to high-quality bottled drinking water. Therefore, all drivers passing this area get water from this tank. It is a common scene to find vehicles parked in this area, with passengers filling water from this tank to their containers. The Yakachi well that supplies water to this tank is situated about 200 meters from this tank. More than 50 water bowsers take water from this tank. In addition to this, for an uninterrupted 10 hours, water from this tank is supplied to several areas around Elephant Pass. In addition to the wells supplying water to this tank, there are 2 more wells nearby. But water in those wells is not suitable for drinking purposes. At present, this network of wells is under the security of the Army. During the period of the humanitarian operation, security forces used this area as a retreating spot. The General Manager of the Water Resources Board explained the reason for the lack of saltiness in the Yakachi network of wells. The General Manager of the Water Resources Board, R.S. Vijayasekara, said that the water seeping into this well gets collected in a sandy deposit. In other areas, the water is found in lime deposits. The special condition of water in this area has electric conductivity. The electric conductivity in other wells in the Jaffna area is in the level of 2000, whereas in this well, it is in the range of 200.
Well, Sri Lanka's fisheries sector has achieved a remarkable progress thanks to the various scientific research, says Minister Rajitha Senaratne. He says that Sri Lanka's per capita fish consumption has increased by 38% during the past 3 years. The 18th annual scientific sessions of the Sri Lanka Association for Fisheries and Aquatic Resources opened this morning at the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute. The theme of the two-day summit is Managing Our Water Heritage Today, Tomorrow and Forever. The event was sponsored by Bay of Bengal Large Marine Ecosystem Project. Minister Rajitha Senaratne was the chief guest of the event. The keynote address was delivered by Professor E. Vivekanandan from India. During the sessions, the aquatic scientists and researchers shared their knowledge on various ongoing research and projects. Today is the International Information Technology Day. The theme this year is Women and Female Children in Mass Media and Information Technology. The establishment of UN-affiliated International Telecommunication Union in 1965 and the signing of the first International Telegraph Convention is commemorated today. Sri Lanka is also included in the 191 countries of the International Telecommunication Union. The mass media and telecommunication technology contributes enormously for the development of a country. World's attention has been focused on employing women in the rapidly developing technology. Under this measure, it is expected to improve their capabilities, widen employment opportunities, and to provide them opportunity to obtain higher level employments in foreign countries. It is the male population that is mostly employed in the information technology related jobs. Although they have the capability and the knowledge, the equal opportunities for women in this field is less. It has become a barrier for achieving male-female equality under the Millennium Development Goals. The information technology can be used for many sectors including agriculture, industry and services. This subject is very wide. Therefore, the women can be employed in the related jobs by being at their houses. For example, they can attend to data entry and image formations. The mobile phone and internet have become the rapidly developing media of information technology. It has also become a security for violence against women. The government has taken several measures to expand the field of information technology. Under the Linking Schools Links Communities project, information technology equipment are being distributed to schools. Another project is being implemented to empower the disabled persons through information technology. Nanasala program is being implemented to expand technology in village areas. In the objective of making Sri Lanka a knowledge hub of Asia, it has become essential to develop the information and technology sector. A seminar in connection with International Telecommunication and Information Society Day was held today at the Sri Lanka Telecommunication Regulatory Commission. The Director General of Telecommunication Regulatory Commission, Anusha Palpita, and several others attended this function.
The Victory Parade will be held at the Golface Green on Saturday the 19th. Rehearsals were held today as well. In this year's parade, 850 officers representing the Tri-Forces, Police and the Civil Defence Unit will take part. Others who will join the parade in addition to this will amount to 12,828. They will join the parade under the East, Jaffna, Vanni East, Vanni West and Vanni Central Army Divisions. Major General Jagat Rambukpotha will be the commanding officer of the parade. 148 vehicles, including armoured cars and artillery vehicles, will also take part in the parade. 150 disabled soldiers will participate in their wheelchairs. 15 parachuters of the Tri-Forces will alight on the Golface Green from helicopters. 33 helicopters and aircraft of the Air Force will fly over the Golface Green. 72 vessels and boats of the Sri Lankan Navy will sail in parallel to the parade in the sea area of Golface Green. It is also scheduled to award Paramavira Vibhushana medals to 15 war heroes who fought the enemy regardless of their lives and inflicting heavy losses. The medals will be awarded to their closest relatives. News from overseas comes your way next. Stay with us.
Welcome back, and we move on to news overseas now. France's new finance minister has reiterated that the country's new socialist government will not ratify the European Union's fiscal pact. Pierre Moscovici said that the pact would have to include provisions for growth before France signed up. The fiscal pact aims to ensure governments keep a tighter control of spending to reduce debt levels. French President François Hollande is campaigning for a greater focus on growth alongside austerity. But he says austerity alone will not solve the Eurozone debt crisis.
Hello and a very good evening. You're with me, Zinat Bongzo, bringing you the latest in the world of sports. The badminton player Niluka Karunaratne said that by directing the knowledge of competence, the coaches will have their targets achieved. Niluka, who will represent Sri Lanka at the 2012 London Olympics, made this observation at a media conference held in Colombo yesterday. Niluka, who won the National Badminton Championship at the age of 15, has been able to win the championship uninterruptedly since 10 occasions. He also became the champion in the Open Badminton Championship of the 5 continents. He played excellently in the Iran Badminton Championship and Kenyan Open Badminton Championship. He was commended by the international sports commentators for his play at the North American Miami Open Tournament and Wales Open Tournament at Europe. At yesterday's media conference, Niluka said that he will make maximum dedication to get honours for Sri Lanka at the London Olympics. Meanwhile, in the Sydney Olympics 2000, Susantika Jayasinghe won a silver medal in the 200-metre event. This made her Olympics dream a reality. She remembers that event even today with much pride.
And there perhaps the danger, if there is a danger to Jones. Susantika Jayasinghe. Away this time, and Jones already into a running there in lane 4. Jones getting up alongside Debbie Ferguson, and Jones is going to lead coming in the straight. Jayasinghe going well there, but it's Jones by 2 metres, and she's pulling away. Jayasinghe's coming through, also going well there, Ferguson. But there's only one woman in this race, Marion Jones. Pauline Davis coming through there for silver. 20. The first Olympic medalist on the track for Sri Lanka in more than half a century.
I am the only one who has won the silver medal for Sri Lanka in a women's running event. And I feel proud about that. And also, the whole Sri Lanka could watch it only through the national channel.
Well, that's it on the news tonight. Thank you for joining us. Do watch again tomorrow night at the same time. Good night.
Good night.